Okay, I'm going to read to you The End, which seems appropriate since this is the end of 3rd grade. Now, this is a really fun story in reverse. So it's taking how fairy tales usually end with the end, and it's actually going to begin with the end. And this is also a really great story that shows cause and effect. So it's going to give you all the effects, and then it'll tell you what causes that to happen. So as I'm reading through here, think about memories from our 3rd grade year, starting with the end and working backwards. And I'll come back to that when I'm done reading the book. So The End by David La Rochelle and Richard Eaglesby. The End. And they all lived happily ever after. They lived happily ever after because the soggy knight fell in love with the clever princess. The knight fell in love with the princess because she poured a big bowl of lemonade on top of his head. She poured a bowl of lemonade on top of his head because the knight's curly red beard was on fire. His curly red beard was on fire because he had been tickling a great green dragon. He had been tickling a great green dragon because the dragon would not stop crying. The dragon would not stop crying because 100 bunny rabbits had hopped into his cave and frightened him. 100 bunny rabbits had hopped into the dragon's cave because, if you look next, in the next picture, you can kind of see the reason why. They were trying to escape an enormous tomato rolling down the hill. An enormous tomato was rolling down the hill because, see back there, it had been hit by a flying teacup. It had been hit by a flying teacup because a hungry giant was throwing a temper tantrum. The giant was throwing a temper tantrum because the cook did not make lemon cheesecake for dessert. The cook did not make lemon cheesecake for dessert because there were no lemons left at the market. And there were no lemons left at the market because once upon a time, a clever princess decided to make a big bowl of lemonade. So instead of beginning with once upon a time and ending with the end, it actually begins with the end. They lived happily ever after because the soggy knight fell in love with the princess because she poured a big bowl of lemonade on top of his head. So had she not poured the big bowl of lemonade on top of his head, that wouldn't have happened. But it was all a chain of events, cause and effect. But the whole thing started because she decided to make a big bowl of lemon soup, which started the whole process. And then she had to use that big bowl of lemon soup to put the fire out, and then they fell in love and got married. So that's just a fun, cute story called The End, a fairy tale in reverse. So what I want you guys to think about is, what is some of your best memories starting backwards? Like and maybe just maybe not your favorite, but events that really just pop out. For instance, the last couple months, you know, we've had a lot of remote learning. And before that, I'm going backwards now, just like the book. I think about spring break. Before that, we had our zoo come with a sloth and those other animals, which is pretty, the bearded dragon, that was pretty fun. And then before that, we had our Valentine's Day party, and that was a lot of fun. And before that, January, we did some fun project. Maybe you can help me remember that fun project. There's a couple fun things we did in January. So, and then think back before that, in December, what did we do? Think back before that. So I want you guys now, I got you started. I would love to hear your memories going backwards. And you can make a video and you can upload it to, I'll create an assignment in our Google Classroom that goes with this story. And you can upload your videos, or you can type out your response. Or if you just want to share 1 or 2 memories, I would love for all of us to take turns sharing memories from the year, and then we can comment on each other's memories. So that'd be something special that we can relive to help make this ending to our 3rd grade year memorable. Thank you guys.